The relentless glare of the spotlight, the constant murmur of flashing cameras, and the perpetual rush of traffic weaving through the concrete canyons of Southern California have long defined the quintessential dream of American stardom. For decades, the glittering allure of Los Angeles has acted as a powerful magnet, drawing in thousands of aspiring artists, creators, and performers who are more than willing to trade the tranquility of an ordinary life for a fleeting chance at cinematic immortality. In this high-stakes environment where success is often measured by the number of red carpets walked and the exclusivity of the invitations received, the pace of daily existence naturally accelerates to a dizzying speed. It is a world where professional obligations blend seamlessly into social expectations, leaving very little room for quiet contemplation or unstructured moments with loved ones. The sheer momentum of the entertainment industry demands a unique kind of stamina, requiring individuals to constantly remain visible, active, and thoroughly engaged with the surrounding culture. Amidst this vibrant tapestry of ambition and glamour, it is easy to forget that beneath the carefully curated public personas lie ordinary human beings who occasionally yearn for something entirely different. They seek a space where the noise fades into the background and the ticking clock slows down to match the rhythm of the natural world. If you find these stories of personal transformation and the search for authentic living compelling, please take a brief moment to subscribe to our channel, turn on all notifications, and join our growing community as we explore the fascinating journeys of public figures redefining their boundaries. The transition from the epicenter of global entertainment to the serene landscapes of the American Northwest represents a profound shift in perspective, one that challenges the conventional wisdom of what it means to truly thrive. For many who have spent years navigating the complex social architecture of the film and television industry, the realization that fulfillment might exist far beyond the city limits does not happen overnight. It is often a gradual awakening sparked by unexpected global circumstances or a sudden, deeply felt need to reevaluate personal priorities. The bustling avenues of a metropolis, while filled with endless creative energy and professional opportunity, can slowly erode the space required for genuine familial connection. Every dinner, every charity gala, and every industry gathering demands a piece of one's attention, subtly shifting the focus away from the simple foundational moments that define a household. It takes a remarkable amount of clarity and courage to step back from this powerful current, to look at the glittering horizon of a highly successful career, and to wonder if there is a more grounded way to experience the passage of time. The contrast between the sun-drenched, high-pressure environment of coastal California and the crisp, clean air of the mountain states provides a vivid backdrop for an evolving narrative about family, nature, and the pursuit of a simpler existence. As we delve deeper into this unfolding story, we begin to see how the majestic peaks and rushing rivers of a place like Idaho can offer a stark, refreshing alternative to the structured demands of a Hollywood lifestyle. The long summer days in the mountains, where the sun lingers in the evening sky until nearly 10 o'clock, create an entirely different atmosphere for reflection and growth. In this vast open environment, the daily rush is replaced by the gentle flow of outdoor exploration, where the simple act of riding a bicycle or sharing an ice cream cone becomes the highlight of the day. This narrative is not merely about changing a physical address. It is about a fundamental transformation in how one chooses to experience life, parenthood, and the passage of the seasons. It invites the audience to consider the trade-offs inherent in a fast-paced career and to appreciate the quiet beauty of a lifestyle centered around the natural world and the immediate needs of growing children. The journey from the crowded streets of the city to the expansive wilderness represents a universal quest for balance, a desire to anchor oneself in something permanent and real amidst the shifting tides of fame and public expectation. As the chapters of this transition begin to reveal themselves, we observe a family learning to navigate the unfamiliar territory of a mountain town, discovering that the lack of urban distractions allows for a much deeper, more profound connection with one another. The initial steps of this relocation, born out of a global moment of pause, quickly evolved into a deliberate choice to embrace a slower, more deliberate way of being. By stepping away from the constant demands of the entertainment industry, the individuals at the center of this story found themselves discovering a newfound sense of freedom under the vast Idaho sky. The mountains provided not just a beautiful backdrop, but a sanctuary where the complex equations of professional ambition could be simplified into the basic joys of daily life. The transition highlighted the profound difference between a life dictated by the expectations of others and a life consciously designed around personal well-being and family unity. As the summer months arrived in this new sanctuary, the contrast became even more pronounced, illustrating how a change in geography can lead to a complete reimagining of daily routines and family dynamics. The long, light-filled evenings allowed for an extension of childhood innocence, where the rush to return home was replaced by the desire to linger outdoors just a little longer. It is within these quiet, expanded moments that the true value of the move began to crystallize, setting the stage for a deeper exploration of what it means to truly belong to a place and to a family away from the constant spotlight. The sudden and unprecedented halt of regular global activity in the early months of 2020 served as the catalyst for an unexpected chapter in the lives of Ali Larter and her husband Hayes MacArthur. Like many families residing in the sprawling metropolis of Los Angeles, they initially viewed their departure from the city as a brief, temporary interlude, a necessary escape from the dense urban confinement during a time of widespread uncertainty. Packing up their belongings and heading toward the quiet valleys of Sun Valley, Idaho, the couple anticipated a 2-month stay, fully expecting that the rhythm of Southern California life, along with the local school systems, would swiftly return to normal. However, as the weeks turned into months, the reality of the situation became clear, forcing a complete reevaluation of their immediate future. While the educational institutions in California remained shuttered and transitioned to digital platforms, the schools in their new mountain sanctuary were actively operating in person, presenting a unique opportunity for their 2 young children. The chance to place their 6-year-old daughter, Vivienne, into a physical kindergarten classroom for the spring semester became a pivotal turning point for the family. They deeply desired a traditional formative experience for her, one filled with real social interactions, shared laughter, and the organic development of childhood friendships that a computer screen simply could not replicate. This decision to prioritize their children's immediate social and emotional well-being quickly immersed the family into the tight-knit fabric of the local Idaho community, where relationships were forged naturally on the school grounds and along the snowy slopes of the surrounding mountains. The family found themselves spending a tremendous amount of undivided time together, navigating the winter terrain, skiing down quiet trails, and discovering a sense of communal warmth that felt refreshing and distinct from the structured networks of Los Angeles. As the winter snows melted to reveal the lush greenery of the mountain spring, the academic year drew to a close, prompting a temporary return to their primary residence in Southern California for the summer months. It was during this return to the familiar streets of Los Angeles that the sharp contrast between the 2 distinct lifestyles became undeniably apparent. Re-entering the fast-paced ecosystem of the entertainment industry brought a sudden rush of professional obligations, audition schedules, and social demands that immediately consumed their daily routines. Larter realized with newfound clarity that the life of a successful working actor in a major media hub carries a heavy, unspoken burden of constant visibility. There was a prevailing expectation to constantly show up, to populate the guest lists of high-profile industry parties, to attend endless charity galas, and to maintain a perpetual public presence to sustain professional momentum. While Larter maintained a deep, enduring affection for Los Angeles, recognizing that a significant part of her heart and career would always be anchored there, the stark realization emerged that this high-pressure environment was actively competing with her ultimate desire to be fully present for her children. The constant pull of external obligations left precious little energy for the quiet, uninterrupted family moments they had grown to cherish during their brief residency in the Northwest. Confronted with the overwhelming demands of the city, Larter and MacArthur engaged in honest, deeply reflective conversations about the long-term trajectory of their family life. Questioning whether the traditional Hollywood path was truly aligned with their evolving values. They recognized that their son, Teddy, and daughter, Vivienne, were growing up rapidly, and the window of time to shape their childhood in a grounded, distraction-free environment was closing. The memory of the simple, connected days in Sun Valley remained vivid, serving as a powerful counterweight to the alluring but exhausting glamour of Los Angeles. It became increasingly clear that the mountain lifestyle had offered them something rare, an authentic space where the family unit could thrive on its own terms, free from the external pressures of status and professional networking. This profound realization culminated in a bold, deliberate decision to step away from the established comfort of their California life and make a permanent transition to Idaho. Returning to the mountains after that pivotal summer, they resolved to fully commit to the experiment, setting aside their hesitations and embracing the unknown with a shared sense of adventure. This major geographical relocation marked a definitive shift in their daily existence, replacing the frantic energy of traffic and industry functions with the expansive tranquility of the mountain landscape. The days in Sun Valley brought an entirely different set of routines, where the focus shifted from external validation to internal harmony and natural exploration. The long summer days, stretching late into the evening under a brilliant sun that refused to set until 10 at night, provided an expansive canvas for new family traditions. Although the children eventually grew tired of traditional hiking, alternative outdoor activities easily took its place, blending seamlessly into the local environment. Simple bike rides through the valley and refreshing cold plunges in the crisp, flowing currents of the local river became the new markers of their seasonal routine. The family embraced the unhurried joy of backyard barbecues, playing endlessly with their dogs in the open yard and watching their daughter engage in casual games of volleyball under the clear sky. A simple trip to a local spot like Leroy's for an ice cream cone transformed into a treasured ritual, symbolizing the uncomplicated, decelerated pace of their new reality. This deliberate embracing of a simpler life allowed the children to fully experience the freedom of summer vacation, unburdened by the academic or social pressures that often clutter modern youth. For Larter, the transition was not about abandoning her craft, but rather about creating a clear protective boundary between her professional identity and her role as a mother and wife. The mountain sanctuary provided a grounding energy that allowed her to return to the demanding world of acting with a renewed sense of purpose and a clearer perspective on what truly mattered. Even as she continued to navigate her successful career, the stability of her Idaho home base ensured that she was no longer consumed by the superficial demands of the Hollywood social circuit. Instead, she could immerse herself in the deep, long-term project of raising her family in a place where the air was clean, the community was genuine, and the passage of time was marked by the changing seasons rather than the relentless cycle of industry events. This newfound balance infused their lives with a sense of peace that validated their courageous choice to walk away from the conventional expectations of stardom, proving that a family could find its truest alignment far from the flashing lights of the city. The profound transformation of daily life in the mountains ultimately provided Ali Larter with a solid, unshakable foundation from which she could approach her artistic endeavors with an entirely new depth of emotional clarity. Far from hindering her professional growth, the deliberate retreat to the natural serenity of Idaho allowed her to cultivate a grounded perspective that enriched her performances, bringing a raw, authentic truth to the complex characters she portrays on screen. This harmonious balance between a tranquil domestic life and a high-profile acting career became beautifully evident as she stepped into the demanding role of Angela in the highly acclaimed drama series Landman. Portraying the fierce, unpredictable, and recently reconciled ex-wife of a character brought to life by the legendary Billy Bob Thornton, Larter found herself embodying a personality that stands in stark, fascinating contrast to her own carefully chosen lifestyle. On the vibrant red carpet of the Newport Beach Television Festival, where the cast and creators gathered to celebrate the artistic achievements of the series, Larter spoke with profound insight about the complex layers of her character, affectionately describing Angela as an absolute wildcat. With a touch of playful candor, the actress confessed that there are many moments in her ordinary, day-to-day existence where she genuinely wishes she could channel just a fraction of that untamed, fierce energy to navigate the challenges of the modern world. This striking juxtaposition between the quiet simplicity of her family life in Sun Valley and the tempestuous, high-stakes emotional landscape of her television character highlights the remarkable versatility that defines her journey as a mature artist. The journey of moving away from the frantic pace of Los Angeles did not signify a retreat from her passion for storytelling, but rather an intentional evolution in how she manages the delicate intersection of fame, motherhood, and personal artistic fulfillment. By establishing a sanctuary in the Pacific Northwest, she successfully insulated her children, Teddy and Vivian, from the superficial pressures of the entertainment industry, ensuring that their formative years are defined by the permanent majesty of the natural world rather than the fleeting trends of celebrity culture. The deliberate choice made by Larter and her husband, Hayes MacArthur, serves as an inspiring blueprint for contemporary families striving to reclaim their time, autonomy, and core values in an increasingly chaotic, interconnected global environment. It demonstrates that true success is not merely achieved by accumulating professional accolades or maintaining a constant, exhausting presence in the public eye, but by having the courage to define happiness on one's own distinct terms. As the long golden Idaho evenings continue to stretch out under the vast mountain sky, the family remains deeply anchored in the simple joys that first captured their hearts during a time of global uncertainty. The daily rituals of shared bicycle rides, chilly plunges into the rushing mountain streams, casual backyard gatherings, and evening walks to local landmarks like Leroy's for a simple ice cream cone have ceased to be temporary novelties, transforming instead into the very fabric of their collective identity. These moments of quiet connection underscore a profound truth about the human experience, that the most valuable treasures are often found when we choose to slow down, look around, and fully appreciate the immediate company of those we love the most. The story of their transition from the glittering highways of Southern California to the pristine, snow-draped valleys of Idaho remains a powerful testament to the enduring importance of family unity, the healing power of the wilderness, and the profound liberation that accompanies a life lived with deliberate intent. Through her ongoing work on prominent projects like Landman, Larter continues to demonstrate that an actor can deliver deeply impactful, nuanced performances on the global stage without sacrificing the peace, privacy, and integrity of their home life. Her journey stands as a vivid reminder that the spotlight can be managed, that professional ambitions can coexist beautifully with personal tranquility, and that sometimes the best way to move forward in life is to take a step back into the timeless rhythm of the natural world. As the seasons gracefully transition from the deep, powdery snows of winter to the endless sunlit days of summer, the choice to embrace a simpler path continues to yield rich rewards for the entire household, proving that the true heart of a home is found wherever a family chooses to firmly plant its roots, far away from the persistent noise and expectations of the crowd.